Is he pointing at me?
Henderson.
Yeah.
Swing.
Okay. Who's pointing it?
Not hit that fucking.
Get the door! Get the door!
Hello, I'm David Burns, Field Operations Bureau Deputy Chief of Police. The following is a brief overview of an incident that began November 3rd, 2020 at approximately 11:03 a.m. at the Douglas at Stone Lake Apartments. Officers from the North Patrol Division were dispatched to this location after Henderson Dispatch received a 911 call from a female advising there had been a shooting. The female stated that she heard gunshots coming from her neighbor's apartment and went over to see what happened. Upon arriving, she located 3 females inside the apartment. All 3 of the females had been shot. As the female was calling 911, a neighbor arrived and told her that the suspect, described as an older black male wearing khaki pants, had forced his way into the apartment just prior to the shooting. The neighbor also said that the suspect had a young male with him when he left the apartment. Officers arrived at the location and confirmed that there were 3 gunshot victims inside the apartment. 2 of the victims were determined to be deceased at the scene. The 3rd victim was alive but had suffered multiple gunshot wounds. Officers carried this victim out of the apartment and downstairs to a waiting ambulance where she was taken to an area hospital and treated for her injuries. Here is the initial 911 call and the corresponding radio broadcast to responding officers.
Henderson 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Oh my God, the address 144 Stone Cove Avenue.
Okay, is that an apartment or a house?
It's an apartment. I don't know what this is.
Okay, hold on a second. Repeat the address because I'm not finding it.
It's 1445 Stone Lake Cove.
Stone Lake Cove?
Stone Lake Cove,
Okay.
Nevada.
I'm showing it as the Elysian Apartments. Is that correct?
No, it's the Douglas. The Douglas at Stone Lake.
Okay, is that an apartment complex?
Yes, it's an apartment complex. The apartment number is 13.
Just 13?
01.
13201?
Yes.
Okay.
Your name?
All right. What's your phone number?
She's dying.
Okay, what's your phone number?
My phone number is...
Okay, tell me exactly what's happening.
I don't know. I heard that, so I jumped out of bed and came next door, and now she's laying here. She can't breathe. I can hear choking on her blood.
Okay, hold on. Is she outside or inside?
She's in her doorway. She's in her doorway. There's blood
Is she
everywhere.
okay? Has she been shot?
Yes, I'm assuming that she's been shot. I can't tell. Her head is bleeding.
Is she talking to you?
Someone else in there?
Is she at the apartment? Is she at the apartment number that you just gave me?
Yes, she's at 1301. I hear you. Somebody else is inside, but I don't know if I can walk in.
Okay, no, I want you to keep yourself safe. Hold on one second for me. I'm getting help started to you, okay?
I know, I hear you. She's screaming, help her.
Okay. Do you see where the lady that's in the doorway? Are you with her
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with
Can
her.
you
Sorry.
can you get a clean dry cloth and apply that to where she's bleeding?
She's bleeding on her head. I don't have anything.
Okay. Can you get
clean dry?
Can you get a towel or a shirt or anything like that?
Or a sheet or anything. Okay. Somebody's inside and she's screaming for help. There was so many gunshots.
Okay. Did anyone see where the person went with the gunshot who was shooting?
I'm not
Did anyone
sure.
see?
No, somebody said.
Okay.
One of our neighbors said that he had a kid with him.
The guy who was shooting? So there's someone in the doorway, and then there's someone additional yelling for help inside?
A Hispanic kid and an older black guy. My neighbor seen it.
Okay, so there's another female inside?
Yes,
Okay. All right, the lady in the doorway, are you able to find a cloth for her?
Are you in here? You can't move? Were you shot too? Okay. Okay, I can't move anything. Should I move the bed and get her? She's in the doorway.
If we can, I want to try to get pressure on where she's bleeding from.
She said she want to get pressure on where she's bleeding from, but the woman in the... Oh my God, there's somebody else here.
Okay.
There's somebody else on the floor.
Okay, are they bleeding?
Yes, they're dead. I'm sure they're dead.
Okay, are they breathing right now?
The one woman, she's on the floor. There's 3 people in the building. There's 3 people in the phone in general. The one woman in the doorway is still breathing. I can hear her. It sounds like there's blood on her lungs.
Okay.
There is another woman shot and dead in there. There's another woman in here with her leg shot.
Okay, so we have 3 victims total?
Yeah, there's 3 victims total.
251, copy of 404. Showing my lat long in the area of the Starbucks on Stephanie and North 5.
North 51.
251. It came through as a phase 2 in the area of the Starbucks on Stephanie. We had an open line with a female crying, then disconnect, voicemail and recall. We have a prior on the phone, but it doesn't give a home address. Showing in the area of Starbucks on Stephanie, North 5.
North 51.
2 North 51 control.
North 61. North 11.
2 North 51 control.
2 North 51.
We are now getting a separate 404 that's showing in the area of the Terribles in that same area, advising that somebody may have been shot. Break. Control continuing. The PSW saying she's a cleaning lady. She's locked in the bathroom. We have a language barrier. We're trying to get an interpreter, but it's possibly related. This one's in the area of Terrible Herbs.
North 51.
Kendall 10, 1387. Is that the Terribles at Sunset Marks?
Affirm. Sunset Wigwam, or Stephanie and Wigwam is the closest.
Copy. I'll be arriving there in a second. I'm just coming up to the light.
1387. Units en route to the Starbucks or Terrible Call. We're now getting a call saying it's Elysian at Stone Lake, 1445 Stone Lake Cove Avenue, possibly apartment 201. Break. Control continuing. This is the subject who is on scene. Might be the cleaning lady. We're still trying to get further. Control continuing. There's going to be 3 victims with gunshot wounds. We are starting medical.
Control. 2 North 51. Just advising it's at event 483, not 475.
It's all going to be incident 485 is going to be the one that has all the information in it. It looks like there's multiple callers giving us different locations, but it's actually at 1445 Stone Lake apartment 13-2, looks like, in building 13. Just be advised, the suspect is wearing khaki pants. This PR has no further information. This PR ran when he saw the 415A's happen. Break. Control continuing. They're advising the suspect kicked the door to apartment 201 and went inside there. Break. Control continuing. They're also advising that a neighbor saw a male and male juvenile. Possibly they were the shooters just prior to the call.
Control Sam 1337. Go ahead and have medical stage. Your incoming units continue to have an expedite.
For incoming units expedite.
Control Sam 1337. Be advised, I got 2 victims down, multiple gunshot wounds.
Copy. 2 victims down, multiple gunshot wounds.
21's arriving now. Correction, 61's arriving.
2 North 21. North 61.
Control Sam 1337. Be advised, I have a third one at gunpoint.
Copy. 3rd subject, 1 at gunpoint.
Location.
He's in apartment 13201.
Be advised, the one at gunpoint is not our suspect. It is a scared citizen. We saw a suspect outstanding.
Copy. Not suspect, but still at gunpoint. Suspect still outstanding.
As officers were searching the area for the suspect and the young male, dispatch received a 911 call from the suspect. The suspect, who identified himself as Jason Neo Bourne, demanded that a helicopter respond to his location. He stated that he had just killed someone and that he was still in the complex. He also stated that he had a 12-year-old male with him and that he wanted to kill the boy.
Henderson 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hello?
Hello? Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How can I help you?
This is Jason. I sometimes think my name is XM Satellite Radio, and I'm here we're doing a movie. I want to introduce myself. I'm sorry. I am Gotham's Reckoning, also known as Bane. So Bane.
Where are you, sir? Hello?
Well, Bane, let me introduce my friend.
Okay, you're in the 911 line. Hello? You're on a 911 line. How can I help you?
Yeah, I want a chopper. A big
You want-
chopper.
A what?
I want a fucking helicopter. What do they call it nowadays?
A helicopter.
He wants a helicopter, and he says he wants it now because he's scared.
Who's
Who are you? You're my neighbor, right? Oh yeah. So he's my son. So I'm not gonna hurt him, but I don't think you guys are getting the point. You're trying to play games and tap the line. I have a big. What kind of gun is this? Is it big? Okay. Oh, he says it's little, but on the side of it says 6.4 P226, 40 caliber Smith and Wesson. So I killed a guy named Jason Bourne. I'm from the future. Like, what's the name of the last face of the avatar? Is it good? Did you like that?
What's your address? What's your address, sir?
What's your address? This is really important. So just, hey, I'm not going to hurt you as long as you don't get your address wrong. If you get your address wrong, I have to kill you.
Units, just be advised we are landline with a male now asking for a helicopter saying that he killed somebody. He's advising he's at unit 13301.
Confirming of the same conflict?
Affirm. 1445 Stone Lake, 13301.
Female's advising she does not know the suspect. Step up further.
And units, just be advised that the male's at 420. The subject is advising that he's also with a 12-year-old named and saying that the male wants to kill the 12-year-old.
As dispatch was speaking with Bourne, officers at the scene were advised by bystanders that there was a black Cadillac Escalade in the parking lot that may belong to the suspect. Officers located the vehicle parked in the parking lot a short distance from the initial crime scene. Officers were able to confirm that Bourne was sitting in the driver's seat of the vehicle and the young male was sitting in the front passenger seat. They asked him several times to put the driver's side window down so they could communicate with him. Bourne was on the telephone with Henderson Police dispatchers, who also asked him to roll down the window and communicate with officers. Bourne refused to comply with any request from officers on scene or dispatchers. Officers then observed a firearm in Bourne's hand, which appeared to be pointing at the juvenile. Officers continued to engage Bourne in an attempt to de-escalate the situation, at which point shots were fired, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. Once the threat was neutralized, officers removed both males from the vehicle and immediately began life-saving measures. Bourne was determined to be deceased at the scene. Officers were unable to rescue the juvenile before he succumbed to the injuries inflicted by Bourne.
CR3 control, be advised, there is a black Escalade. I'm being told by a individual that lives in the apartments. It's just been sitting there. Apparently belongs to the suspect.
Where is it at right now?
Control 2 Nor 11. We've extricated one victim from the building. We need fire to meet us at building 11, please.
Copy. We're going to, nobody at the pool, correct?
She's unconscious but still breathing as of now. Yes.
Copy. Nobody at the pool, just to building 11, right?
Just building 11.
Copy. And is the scene stable for them to come up?
The scene is able for them to come up, and that black Escalade's parked on the east side of the apartments. It's got its tail lights on right now.
Copy. Black Escalade is on east side of
1387, we're trying to make contact with the Escalade. Keep the air clear. Roll Sam 1253, can you contact Starbucks and have them go on a lockdown?
Affirm.
Edward 11's got it. Control Sam 1387, this vehicle is going to be involved. It is going to be the suspect. I see a 12-year-old in the passenger seat. I see hands of the driver and the child. Keep the air clear.
Copy.
Lincoln 657. CP will be set up by building 16.
CP building 16.
This unit has stop 6. Control Sam 1387, the male has a gun.
Copy. Male has a gun.
Control Sam 1387, this is going to be the suspect. We do see a 413. The child has his hands up. They're going to be in the front seat of the black Escalade. The Escalade is facing east. Just talk to him. See if he'll roll down the window. Just see if he'll roll down the window.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Copy. Shots fired.
Not you.
Is he pointing at me?
Henderson.
Yeah.
Swing. Swing up a little bit.
Okay. Who's pointing it?
Take the shot if you have it, Henderson. Do not hit that fucking...
Get the door!
Ceasefire!
Get the door! Get the door!
The investigation revealed that 7 officers discharged their service weapon. Bourne's reason for committing this crime is unknown at this time, although it was later discovered that Bourne had a brief interaction with the victims just moments before he forced his way into the apartment. Here are several still images taken by crime scene analysts of the weapon used in this crime and additional ammunition in Bourne's possession located inside the vehicle, which were subsequently booked as evidence by investigators.
also the 911 calls from a deadly shooting. 4 people were killed, including a 12-year-old boy. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Todd Quinones.
And I'm Trisha Keene. The shooting happened last month, but this release of information is sparking more questions about police transparency. 13 Investigates reporter Joe Bartels is now live to explain. Joe.
Todd, Tricia, this shooting happened on Election Day, November 3rd. A mother, son, and daughter all shot by a guy they did not know in Henderson. And there are still a lot of details we don't know about this story. Police have not told us. A warning, the video you are about to see is disturbing. November 3rd, just after 11 in the morning, Henderson police get a frantic call for help from an apartment complex near Stephanie and the 215. New audio from police reveals what happened.
Hey, tell me exactly what's happening. I don't know. I heard gunshots, so I jumped out of the bed and came next door, and now she's laying here. She can't breathe. I can hear choking on her blood. Oh my God, there's somebody else here. Okay. Somebody else on the floor.
Okay, are they bleeding?
Yes, they're dead. I'm sure they're dead.
Inside the apartment was Diane Hawatme, shot in the head. Her daughter, Yasmin, who was shot in the leg and still alive, and Veronica Muniz, also shot in the head. As police rushed to the scene, the shooter, who changed his legal name to Jason Bourne, also called 911.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How can I help you?
This is Jason. I sometimes think my name is XM Satellite Radio, and I'm here with, we're doing a movie. I want to introduce myself. I'm sorry. I am Gotham's Reckoning, also known as Bang. So Bang.
Where are you, sir?
Bourne was feet away from the shooting scene in a black SUV. Police say he had Diane Hawatme's 12-year-old son Joseph with him at gunpoint. Henderson police released body camera video of the seconds before 7 officers opened fire. Individuals on the video can be heard yelling, "There's a child in the car." Henderson police confirming the boy, quote, died from injuries inflicted by Bourne, and Bourne was killed by police. The release of information came through a pre-prepared YouTube video by Henderson police. They call it a critical incident community briefing, but without a news conference and without an opportunity for media to ask follow-up questions. The video includes scripted commentary from command staff.
This transparent viewing is in no way intended to draw any conclusions about whether the officers involved acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete.
Really, there is something somewhat dishonest about calling your presentation of information transparent when you are picking and choosing what information you choose to present to the public.
Alina Shelb is a First Amendment and media law attorney for McCletchy Law in Las Vegas. She says prepackaged police briefings without media present or public scrutiny are becoming more common.
There has been a greater and greater push for police departments to be accountable to the public that they're supposed to protect and serve. And when you have departments controlling the information and not allowing members of the public and the media to ask what could be tough questions, then you're eroding that accountability and you're eroding the public's trust.
13 Investigates submitted 10 questions to Henderson police, including the whereabouts of the body camera and dash camera videos of the other officers who gave the command to shoot, and if any of the officers who fired have been involved in previous police shootings. We were told no one was available for an on-camera interview, and the answers we were seeking are part of the active and ongoing investigation. The motive for the shooting is not yet known. It's also unclear whether the shooter, Jason Bourne, had any previous run-ins with law enforcement. Reporting live, Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.
Joe, thank you.